Hello, beautiful people, tribe of many colors. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I'm staying true to my word. All right, I said I was going to come on more often. Here I am. But listen, I'm not going to be dancing today. I'm guided to get right into the message. Hopefully, this is just the audio is good. The skies are dark, the wind is howling, and usually when it gets like this and a massive storm comes in, you can lose power. So I'm not going to delay on today's message. So today I'm going to talk about redemption. And the reason I'm going to talk about redemption is because I'm just going through my days, getting my messages, doing what I got to do, taking care of life. And out of nowhere, I just hear redemption, 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 just over and over and over and over. So I decided to put together something for a message about redemption because anytime my guides just start repeating stuff to me more than once in one kind of meeting, because I always feel like I meet with my guides. Like we set a time. When I make time for me, they make time for me. And when I sit with myself in meditation, they show up and we have conversations. Right. So that's usually how I get my messages. But when I'm just going through my days and I'm not focused on being in that space and they come through anyway and repeat something to me over and over and over again, I'm like, okay, then I know that's when I know I got to put something together for it. So I went to AI. I like using AI. Some people hate it. I think it's what you use it for. It is a tool, okay, that can help you to create, get information. I'm always getting the message when I interact with AI, which is ask anything you want. There's a window of opportunity open for you to ask AI anything you want, anything you've ever had questions to, anything you've ever wondered about, anything you've always wanted to know, but you don't have access to those books, you don't have time to go sit at a library, you don't have the resources to do deep dive research, ask AI, okay? And you can always ask it to give you the references. So that if you're like, okay, I don't believe what this is, ask the AI to give you the references so that you can cross reference it. Okay. Now, let's get into this. So I kept hearing redemption, redemption, redemption. So let's get into this idea of redemption. So I asked I said, explain the concept of redemption for the soul on their human journey and for humanity as a whole. It said, certainly. Now I know I see some people here. If you can hear me, just let me know the audio is good. I think it is, but yeah, let me know. Okay. So if you're just jumping in, I'm asking AI about redemption because my guides kept repeating it to me over and over and over again. So anytime there's something for me to learn, something for me to share, I jump on it. And I asked AI to explain the idea of redemption. So explain the concept of redemption for the soul on their human journey and for humanity as a whole. Hey, Starling. You can hear me okay? If you can hear me, let me know. We're talking about redemption. So the answer said redemption is a deeply layered spiritual concept that spans personal transformation and collective evolution. Its essence is about restoration, return, and the transcendence of error or separation, whether in the life of an individual soul or the larger story of humanity. So, redemption for the soul on the human journey. On the soul level, redemption is the process by which the soul reclaims its innate divinity after cycles of forgetting, distortion, or imbalance. This can happen through lifetimes of struggle, trauma, choice, and awakening. Here are the themes behind redemption. Falling into matter. The soul descends into incarnation after forgetting its source. This is sometimes likened to a fall or separation from God or source. Then we have experience through contrast, where earth offers free will and polarity. The soul learns through both light and shadow, sometimes making choices that cause suffering to self and to others. Then we end up with recognition and return. Redemption begins, remember this now, when the soul remembers its origin and begins to realign with higher truth. This includes owning one's past without shame, transmuting guilt into wisdom, forgiving yourself and others, and choosing love and coherence over fear and fragmentation. This is the alchemy. What was once a wound becomes a source of light. The soul does not merely return to purity, it becomes wiser, more radiant through the lived experience. Redemption is not about punishment being lifted, but about the reintegration of wholeness. Let's get into redemption for humanity as a whole. At the collective level, humanity's redemption is about evolving out of cycles of violence, ignorance, and disconnection, and co-creating a world that reflects divine harmony. Here's the historical arc. Okay, this is kind of like a little timeline. The fall, mythic and symbolic. Many traditions speak of an original fall, whether the Garden of Eden, Atlantis, or the descent of divine beings into physicality. These stories reflect humanity's movement into forgetfulness, separation, and misuse of creative power. Then we have the karma of the civilizations, wars, system of oppression, misuse of knowledge, example in Atlantis or during colonization, and collective traumas accumulate as spiritual debt. Redemption comes when we heal these wounds consciously, not just move on from them. All right, so all of these things that we've collectively created as a civilization is all compacted now as this karmic debt that we have to pay as this human race. We can't just move on from the things we've created. We have to alchemize and transmute them so that we can use the energy from that to propel us forward. All right, you can't just move on from things. You got to spend time healing it. Okay, then we're moving into the global awakening. So first we had the fall, this kind of forgetfulness of humanity, misuse of our creative power, right? Experiencing separation from source. Then that caused us to split and create civilizations that then went through their own disconnection and karma. So now redemption kind of brings everything together for healing. So now all of that we created, it now has to come together to be alchemized, to be solved. Okay? And this happens when we move into global awakening. Redemption at the collective level looks like this. truth being revealed, personal and societal, accountability without condemnation, healing ancestral trauma, realigning science, spirituality, and nature, embracing unity in diversity, and living by heart centered wisdom rather than fear or control. Redemption is not regression to a utopia of the past. Let me say that again. That sounds so good. Redemption is not regression to a utopia of the past, but the transformation of what is broken into a higher, more integrated form of life. The mystical view, redemption as cosmic remembering. Some esoteric traditions, like Gnosticism or Kabbalah, see redemption as the process of gathering scattered divine sparks, as if fragments of the divine were lost or hidden within creation. The human experience is then a kind of cosmic restoration, whereby living consciously, loving deeply, and creating in alignment with truth, we participate in healing the whole cosmos. That's deep. Your human experience is the cosmic restoration. We redeem the universe. That's deep, because it means for you to do your part in this grand thing, all you have to do is redeem yourself. Now that's beautiful. All right. The soul redeems itself not by escaping the world, but by bringing light into it. Come on, man. Come on now. The soul redeems itself not by escaping the world, but by bringing light into it. Whew, that's good. Summary. Personal and soul. The healing and integration of past choices. A return to divine alignment through self-awareness, forgiveness, and love. That is the personal level of redemption, right? So personally, you need to heal and integrate the past choices you've made. Return to divine alignment through self-awareness, forgiveness, and love. Collectively, on a human scale, what do we need to do? There needs to be the evolutionary movement from separation to unity, ignorance to wisdom, conflict to peace, a shared return to sacred stewardship of life. Now, here's a mystical view of it: the reassembly of divine wholeness through the embodied acts of love, truth, and conscious remembrance. Okay? Love, truth, and conscious remembrance. All right. So I said, let's create a short story that reflects the true redemption of a human being. So now this is Jackie's story. Okay? We're just going to listen. Just clear your mind, clear your thoughts. Let's listen to this story that embodies the human spirit. Okay, it says, here's a short story capturing the essence of true redemption, not through perfection, but through awakening, humility, and love. The sound of the broken bell. In a quiet mountain village stood an old bell tower that hadn't rung in 50 years. Its great bronze bell, once the pride of the village, had cracked during a storm, and since then it hung in silence. Most believed it was broken beyond use, just like the man who once rang it. But today, the bellkeeper is Jackie, loved and adored by all the people in the village. Decades ago, Jackie had done something unforgivable. In a moment of drunken rage, she'd started a fire that destroyed part of the village hall and nearly killed a child. She fled before the trial, disappearing into the forest above. Years passed. The village rebuilt, the boy survived, and the people forgot, mostly. But not Jackie. Jackie lived in the wilds like a shadow, not out of fear but shame. She built no fire, she left no trace. Every morning, she awoke to the silence of the forest, feeling the weight of the bell that no longer rang. She believed this was justice, not from the law, but from within. Her self imposed exile was her sentence. One day a storm returned. Lightning struck a cedar near the village, and fire once again began to spread. The villagers scrambled to fight it, but the wind was too strong. And then they heard it, a single ring, low, imperfect, fractured, but unmistakable. The old bell was ringing. Children ran to the tower, adults followed, and there, soaked in rain and covered in ash, was Jackie, pulling the cord with all her might. Again and again she rang the broken bell, its crack now giving it a strange, mournful tone, like a sob in metal. But that sound called the villagers back. It rallied them. They remembered the paths to the river, the old fire lines, the well buckets hidden behind barns. Together, they stopped the fire. When the danger had passed, they turned to Jackie. She dropped the rope and fell to her knees. She didn't speak. She didn't beg. She simply waited for her judgment. But no one spoke. A child stepped forward and hugged her. The same child she'd once nearly killed, now grown, now whole. Come home, the young man said. Jackie wept, not from fear, but from the unbearable lightness of being forgiven. The bell never rang like it once did, but now its broken song held meaning. And every year, on the night of the storm, the villagers would gather and ring it, not to remember the fire, but to honor the sound of redemption. Wow. I like that Jackie story. So I said, let's end with a redeeming quote, something that can uplift in any moment at any time. And it said, no matter how deep the darkness, the light within you is never lost. It waits not to judge, but to guide you home. And that's the message of redemption. It touched my heart. But of course, when I asked AI to write the story, it made it a male. But I changed the name and I created Jackie for that story. I think Jackie's relatable. Jackie's relatable. And just know at any moment, no matter what you've done, no matter what's been done to you, redemption is in your hands. Okay, let's pull a card. We're going to use Beyond Lemuria. And with a little magic. Redeem yourself, beautiful. At any moment, your life can just start right now. Let's have our lives start right now. This is what I pulled here. Look at that. That speaks of transcendence. Okay, let's see. Sacral chakra, core of creation. Revel in the present moment and feel deeply into your senses. The sensuality of being alive, the breeze on your skin, the scent of damp earth, and the feeling of aligning perfectly into the temple you call your body. This card is about diving into the depths of the present moment where all your faculties are available for divine creation. Nothing is left in the past or caught in the future. All of who you are unites in a moment of ecstatic conception. Let yourself drop into passion, intimacy, and loving connection with whatever you are birthing into the world and with whomever you have chosen to co create. Oh, woo-hoo, I like that. Come on now. Put some fire in your creation. Put some fire in your creation. And these colors are just like the colors I picked for the thumbnail. So it all aligns. I love when that happens. I'm going to let you go. The storm is brewing up and I got stuff to do. Thank you for sharing the moment with us. Okay, I love and appreciate you always. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Anybody out there who's in the struggle of their life right now, look, mad love's coming your way. Mad money coming your way, mad support coming your way. So just hold on, okay? Don't give up. Just hold on. All the right people are being directed right to you. I love and appreciate you always. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.